what to wear. I may look like I'm okay, but I'll post this when I finally find an outfit because I don't know what to wear, guys. I don't have what to wear. Can you believe that? Okay, it's okay. It could be broke for me.
99
culture.
You think of that too?
Okay, it's okay. It could be broke for me.
Hey babies, and how are you all doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. Hope you're doing great. Hope everywhere mama, hope everywhere Stewa. Welcome back babies. Guys, do not forget to subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell, and also do not forget to give Mimi a huge thumbs up and then share this video. Thank you. So you guys, Joanna chose to give us drama on the TL by doing a Q&A. She says, Q&A, shall we? This snap is too serious. Ask me anything. Remember, we barely talk about Joanna here because nothing much when it comes to those controversial stuff going on the social space. And then she was ill recently. If not, she was supposed to be at Dede's outreach. But now it's good to see that she is getting better, and that is a sweet one. Well done, Joanna. Guess what? She'd stir up the social space with her Q&A session. And you guys know fans, once it gets to Q&A, they ask deep questions. So let's hear about what Joanna had to say about Faith, Koyin, Imisi, Dede, and all of that. But before we get that deep, let's see some of the personal questions, okay? Someone says, how did you start modeling at young age? I really want to become a model once before I reach 20. And then she replied and says, interesting questions. Honestly, when I started growing and wanting to just try out things, I started as a basketballer. Firstly, because I love the game and my dad was my coach then. This is a long story. I have to continue next. And here is the continuation. We're going to read it together because I'm so eager to know how she started her modeling thing. I'm sure some of you all too might be, inspired to be a model. So you could get that inspo and everything from her. She says, then while at the court one day with my dad, a lady walks up to us and says she wanted me competing for something around pageantry and modeling. Mind you, I was like 9, 10. I eventually competed at the pageantry. It was Little Miss Otukpo. Otukpo is somewhere from her state, Benue State. And then I think I'm right anyways, but I don't know. But I think Otukpo is from either Benue or Bayelsa State. I don't know. Okay, afterwards, I really wanted to model professionally, but I had to go to school for 6 years. That is a boarding school. Just after I graduated, I competed in a pageant when I was 18, came first runner-up. After that, I had catwalk training for almost a year. Continuously, I started going for castings and auditions. I worked for some and some I don't. There was this particular casting I can't forget. It was the GT Bank casting 2023. I was meant to work the show, but that very morning of it, I sprained my ankle. While rushing down to meet my Uber, I ended up not working the show, but that never stopped me. I received a lot of numbers and yes, but more of the numbers, but it only shaped me and made, okay, I received more of no's and yes. Yeah, but more of the no's. Yeah, she got more of the no's than yes, but that also only shaped her and made me understand how hard you had to work to get to a point of excellence. The thing is, I never stopped going for casting. I kept trying every means possible. That's also how I started acting, also because I was going for castings. But be prepared, don't just go for casting. Actually put in work into knowing how to work your work or whatever. That is where she stopped it. Anyways, that is quite inspiring. It's telling you that nothing is ever easy. It is not rosy from the beginning. You are likely to get many no's than you will get a yes. And that is a nice one. Well done, Joanna. And this other question says, another question, please. Coming out of the house and seeing some of the negative things said about you, how did that make you feel? No, you wouldn't care about it because it's people's opinion and it doesn't define who you are. But still, you must have felt some certain type of way about it. And then she replied and says, you're right. I had to remind myself that no one in the world will understand the experience and emotions that shaped every of my action in that house. Like myself, I had to internally love myself again and understand that it is a show, life goes on, and that is the spirit to go. I wish how writing this is that easy, but though it's not easy, because in all of this thing, we are human, we have emotions, but fans will never see that. All they do is drag this housemates, call them derogatory name, and that is really, really bad. All right, let's see the next one. This person says, in this life, okay, sorry, is this life new to you? Like the fame and having people poke at you and all of that. She replied and says, yes, very new to me. And while I still don't understand it so much, it's slightly difficult navigating who to be and what not to be. It is a word that requires a lot of wisdom, and that's so true. That is why I feel like this housemate, they need breathing space more than the fans, push them to be. It is not something you rush over. Making decisions is not easy. They need to take their time. It's not something to truly, truly rush. And what was it called? Joanna, you are so right. And one thing I love about this season housemate, they are so real in their authenticity, because they would always come out correct. They will not make you guys feel like this lifestyle is just all rosy. They will also let you guys know that they are going through it. And that is what I have noticed with a good number of them. All right, this person says, how did you feel when you found out you would be going on the show? Anxious, confident, chill? And then she replied to say, to be very honest, I had a mix of several emotions: happiness, confusion, anxiety, fear of the unknown, contentment, gratitude, and solitude. I understand how that feels, because you do not know if it's really the right thing at this point, because you finally got what you wanted. I understand that feeling. I just pray that may God see all of them through, this set of housemates, and show them the way to navigate through this new life of fame. Someone now says, how are you really doing, Joanna? And then she says, thank you for asking, but as I and a close friend would say, I am currently floating. Is it Dede that have said this floating before? I think it's Dede, because it sounds so, as she said, I and a close friend would say, Dede came to my mind. She once said something like that, right? That I am currently floating. I think I've heard that from Dede before. I think that's the close friend she is talking about. All right, I think we're getting to the part where the questions is getting juicier, where it had to do with the housemate, because I think it's not just going to be fair. I'm just going to skip about her personal questions and then go straight to where the drama is at. Now, somebody says, hi, Joanna. Saw you are coming to Akwa Ibom. I can't wait to see you. And then she says, can't wait to see Joanna there too. This Akwa Ibom gist, you guys. Wahala be like bicycle. Wahala be like bicycle indeed with this Akwa Ibom gist, because yo. Anyways, more on that later. Naomi says, hi Jojo, you said your mom works for FME. Same with my mom. This is just by the way. Hope you get better soon. My own question is, have you had knacks hey since you came out of the house? Because I remember you and Dede having that convo, and then she replied and says, hey wo, now what for you, Naomi? So Naomi is asking Joanna. Naomi's own problem is, has Joanna do kere wawa since she left the house? Because she said she heard Joanna and Dede having the convo about doing kere wa when they leave the house. Hey. Anyways, somebody no be firewood, abi? All right, the next one says, from the 10-10 season, are there any housemates who inspires you in one way or the other? If yes, how do they inspire you? If you don't mind drafting by names. And then she replied and said, Una, don't start. So this one that has to do, who is inspiring you from the housemates, start by drafting names. When she draft names now, you people will start dragging her. See the people she mentioned. This one, that one. Una, they try. You know how to set this housemate up. And thank God they know you guys. And another person asked, how many of your fellow ex-housemates do you still talk to? And then she replied, a good number. I love that reply in particular, because soon I won't hear things. And then someone says, my vibes queen, I miss you on my screen. I miss Thursday and Sunday parties because of you. So my question is, are you cool with Imisi? Sorry, Saturday parties, guys. Are you cool with Imisi? Because I watched one interview when they asked her, who do you think can have a genuine friendship outside the house? She called your name. So are you guys cool now? And then she replied and says, thank you. I myself, I miss the parties too. That's one place I dump my problems before going back into the reality of the house. And yeah, we are cool. So I don't know why people were thinking maybe Joanna and Imisi are not cool, right? Yeah, they are cool does not mean that they are really friends, but they are cool. She just accepted and told you guys they are cool. And then the other question says, Need you to marry me. I am quite a polygamous woman, so I hope you won't mind being co-wives with Dede and Zita. Fine women are my weakness. And then she replied and says, at least you are honest. Set the date. So it may seem as though this person is a lover of Dede, Zita and Joanna. Now this is going to be taking us to the Dede question because there are quite a lot and actually interesting ones. Now, this is it. Someone said to her, when will you and Dede hang out? And then she said, soon. Some of you guys questioned though. Yeah. Okay, in this 6 months. We love it for them. We can't wait to see them together. You know, once they're together, so far they shared their pictures or videos together. Guess where you will see it first? At your doorstep, me sharing it with you guys because I love this housemate together. But I feel like some of those questions are not needed. Get to wait and see them yourself. Okay, would like to sponsor a girls trip for you and Dede. What destination would you prefer? And then she replied, interesting. Thank you so much, but I am pretty sure I and Dede like soft life. We both enjoy island, I guess. So probably a destination like that. So this person says would like to sponsor a girls trip. So in case you get to see them at the Maldives, get to see them somewhere like that, you know that almost 6 months are working. These are the kind of things I want to see. Promote that 6 months. Promote that siblingship and not busy always want to force ship that is not there. Spend on that genuine friendship. Spend on that genuine friendship. And stop looking for things where there is none, okay? And then someone else says, what was your favorite memories of you and Dede? And I love you guys genuinely. And then she replied and says, oh my God, you guys are taking me back memory lane. I loved when we first had a concrete conversation and I could just tell we didn't have to do too much to blend. We found out we had same scars but in different fonts. Aww. That's actually so sweet. Sounds so sweet. And then someone says, her Dede is sick. Is that true? If yes, do you know how she is doing now? Because she has completely ghosted us. And then she replied and said, she is resting up. Dave has come. She will be online soon. But you guys, some of you guys are not nice, oh. You guys who stand this housemate, some of you are not nice. You heard Dede is sick and then you're asking if it's true because she's ghosting you people. You are after her ghosting you and you're not after, for her to get better. Is that how selfish some of you guys are as fans? These people literally came out of the house, never rested their body from one media rounds to the other, from one activity to the other. And now this girl is down, you're asking question if it is true. Omo, Lojo Kosibe, go and sit down. How is your relationship with Koyin Sola like? And then she replied, brother for life. Aww. And then somebody says, please, when will you meet Faith? I love you two together. So this question of Faith has been stirring more brows on the social space than even other questions. She actually made a sound, a very funny Snapchat sound, to that question. She did not reply it, but she just made a very funny sound to that question. Same as this question that says, I think you love Faith Shah and you are now pretending not to love him. Can you just give him a chance? She also she also puts out a funny sound right there. You guys, the way you guys want to force ship happen, you want to force things happen, wahala be like bicycle for you all. Oh. So it was just the sound like she was like a sound like like something like that. You guys, you something like it's funny actually. It's funny. It's a funny sound, and she did not say anything about it. I wasn't even expecting her to say a thing about it because she can say one now, and they will take it to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You guys know how people do now. And then right here, somebody says, Shebi, it is you that said the app was too serious. And then she says, Law, I was the cause of the problem, Abi, because she was noticing that the question was hitting up so bad, But anyway, Trace, you guys, that was it with Joanna and her Q&A. That was how everything happened. She has also revealed that they might likely be doing it every week. They would choose days and choose what's it called, a name for their Q&A. Yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll be dropping my voice right here and now to leave the rest for you guys in the comment section. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Kindly do so. Thank you. And also do not forget to like and share this video. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye-bye.